It is All-Star Night for the Sim Racer Hub NASRA Truck Series. Ready to go here at the half-mile virtual house that Earl built, the Eldora Speedway. SRX will be there this upcoming Thursday night for Thursday Night Thunder round number 5. And for this Monday night, we're ready for the best drivers of the North American Sim Racing Association Monday Night Truck Program to battle it out. No points, bragging rights, money on the line. Welcome to the DSR Electric All-Star Race. I'm Wesley Outland. William Tiller, we've been waiting for this night. No points on the line, buddy. It is all about the bragging rights of being the head star of the NASRA on this Monday evening.
Oh, absolutely. These drivers are going to have some fun here tonight under the Indiana lights. Eldora Speedway, Wesley holds over 30,000 spectators, one of the largest venues in dirt track racing, has 8 degrees of banking in the straightaways. Half Mile, as you described, is actually owned by Tony Stewart. Everybody knows Smoke out there. Plays host of some of the largest dirt racing events in the country, including the Dirt Late Model Dream, Kings Royal, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and World 100. Wesley, I'm excited for tonight's race.
Here is a look real quickly at some of the race details. Now, this is what is coming up after we finish with qualifying for the DSR Electric All-Star Race. We're going to highlight one by one the 13 drivers that have either won races in the previous 2 years or championships that have put themselves right there. And those that are watching the broadcast, there's your locked-in numbers. 13 drivers from the inaugural series champion Adam Newbert on down, which, by the way, William, it's going to be nice to see Adam Newbert back racing again. He had a personal family issues, been sidelined for a little bit. Again, 13 of these drivers are going to go into single truck qualifying. That will set the stage of the next slide, if you will, Adam, that you showed earlier. That is where you will see the 2 heat races, the last chance qualifier. 13 are locked in already to the show, William. They know no matter what happens, they're in the race in the first 7 rows. Everybody else that's not locked in is going to be fighting for 11 spots that are going to be up for grabs in the preliminaries.
Absolutely. You have 4 members of Brute Force Motorsports represented by those 13 drivers. You have last season's champion, as you mentioned, Adam Newbert. You had Adam Newton win last week at Vegas. That's how he was able to get in. You had Kansas winner Justin White. So a lot of these guys, they've had to win to get into this All-Star race. The automatic qualifier, Joey Stiers, our points leader, Tyler Dittmer as well in this group of drivers. So I'm curious to see who is going to lock down that pole position to kick off this dirt race.
We're waiting for qualifying to get underway here. As right now you're just seeing some of the aerial views of the half-mile Eldora Speedway. As we mentioned, this is a half-mile racetrack in Rossburg, Ohio. It's about 45 minutes to the west of Indianapolis, Indiana, obviously. Mackinac, Illinois. Here comes Joey Stiers. He's on the track. As we have qualifying happening here, I think they might have made a mistake with the qualifying, if you will, William, and having everybody all qualify at one time. I think that's not what they wanted to do. They wanted to have single truck qualifying. But right now, we'll highlight what Joey Stiers has done. He's one of these drivers that picked up a win earlier this year. And, of course, the momentum really kicked off at Nashville Super Speedway when he won the Clash, if you remember.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of my clear favorites coming into tonight's race. Actually, a rookie in tonight's All-Star race, winning that Nashville's Super Speedway race. I really feel like this 23, past that Nashville race, has really performed everywhere we've gone this season. He's already locked into the playoffs. So watch out for him tonight. I know it's a fun race, but I'm sure he wants to win here at Eldora.
Yeah, Joey Stiers for Rev Racing, truck number 23. Of course, the Season 2 Nashville Super Speedway winner. Remember, he won that race that we were referring to, the Green Mean Machine. We'll see what he can do here tonight at virtual Eldora Speedway. I think we have caught back up now to the qualifying here. As, again, we mentioned these drivers, including Adam Newbert, Season 1 winner 7 times, and the defending champion from Toccoa, Georgia in the swim entry. Adam Newton, by the way, winner to make it in the All-Star race, William, last Monday night. He won Dover.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a big win for that 82 machine, locks him into the playoffs as well. I think that momentum's starting to roll on those Goodyear Eagles for Adam Newton and the Stick With It Motorsports team. You have a lot of big dogs in that team. And I think once Adam Newbert gets behind the wheel of that truck in those points races again, you're going to start to see that fire start to rise from that team for sure.
Keeping an eye on all of this now, of course, some other drivers we mentioned, Justin White from Brute Force Motorsports, the number 2 Season 1 Kansas winner. Nathan Maurer, 4 wins in Season 1 for also Brute Force on the 971. Nate Maurer kind of struggled this year, but he did pick up a win at Kansas Speedway. William, that's going to be a driver that on any given night, never count out that triple-digit truck. He's had his highs of highs and lows of lows. It's been a roller coaster season in Season 2 for the 971.
Yeah, absolutely. And referring back to last season there, he won 3 times in a row. That turkey dinner, as they say in bowling. Here this season, as you mentioned, only a winner at Kansas, but that does put him into playoffs. So, maybe not the regular season performance we saw out of him last year, but everything counts in those championship races, that's for sure.
So you see the rest of these trucks getting into position here, and I believe we have officially concluded qualifying. I think there was some mistakes made with the lineup. Our apologies on that, but it looks like we are going to go into the heat races now. Adam Newbert, Adam Newton, Justin White, Nathan Maurer, Robbie Richards, Sean Hamilton, Justin Lumpkin, Brady LaBeouf, Jose Luis Rivera, Kerry Tribune, Steve Barnett, Joey Stiers, who you did see on track for just a glimpse, and Tyler Dittmer. Those are your 13 drivers that are officially locked in by wins or championships in the last season and a half for the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. Now, William Tiller, here is your starting lineup for heat race number 1, and let our audience know, as Brandon Bullock and Jacob Klinkhart will be on the front row, how this will, of course, get underway.
Yeah, let's break it down here in heat race number 1. This will be 20 laps. 3 drivers will advance to the feature. Those other drivers that don't advance out of this feature here will have an opportunity in that All-Star Open last chance qualifier sponsored by Glass Mechanic. That winner will actually receive $5 getting out of that last chance qualifier. But there's some big names here in this lineup in heat race number 1. As you mentioned, Jacob Klinkhart is going to ride off number 1. Brendan Bullock's in this. The Joker, Joey Doucette, Lance Miller, Brendan Broadfoot in that 22, Adam Cantwell in that 10, Zach Hartwick in that 71, Ron Hunter in that 30, Chris Kynes in that 29, Jeffrey Johnson Jr., one of those rookies as well, in that 33, Derek Kilgore and Taylor Peacock in that 81 will be part of this heat race number 1. And as well as I do, Wesley, it doesn't really matter where you start on a dirt track, just where you finish.
Yeah, exactly right. That you got to turn right to go left, obviously, racing on the clay, whether, of course, it is on the virtual world or the real life, as, again, we're seeing these drivers hit the racetrack here at the virtual Eldora Speedway. So here we go. Again, there will be 2 heat races. Heat races will be, of course, 20 laps in distance. Top 3 advance to the DSR Electric All-Star race. If you do not make it in from 4th on back, William, you're then going with the other 2 heat races drivers from 4th on back into that 25-lap last chance qualifier race. We're taking the top 5 from there. You add the 13 for the All-Stars. There is your DSR Electric All-Star race for the Sim Racer Hub NASRA Truck Series here tonight for 75 laps. Lights are off on the pace truck. All-Star night rolls on with the drivers in heat race number 1 working off the corner. Pace truck is on the pit lane. 20 laps the distance, top 3 advance. We are green flag here at Eldora, William, and they'll send it off to turn 1. Klinkhart with easy whole shot in the corner.
Yeah, Klinkhart's holding it down on the lead right there. There's Brendan Bullock. Oh, man, already wrecking off at 2, Wesley.
Slinging it, bringing it, and crashing it early. Bullock involved. Looked like Kilgore got punted. He got pancaked on the side of his truck. Maybe the 30 of Ron Hunter might have got a piece of it. And it's really the worse for wear for the black and green Toyota number 17 of Brandon Bullock. And we will quickly go under our first Serve Pro caution of the All-Star race in Heat 1. William, you saw it break loose off the corner.
Yeah, let's check out this on the pole instant replay. You see the 17 truck. He's way up there in that dirty mud up at the top of the racetrack. You see Lance Miller. He has nowhere to go. They're just racing lines here, one lap in. And what I saw off the air here tonight is some of these drivers don't have experience on the dirt. So for some of these guys, these are the first laps they're ever taking in the trucks on the dirt. And you see the 17 just very aggressive to kick off this race. It's a fun race, Wesley, so you can do things like that. And you see the 22 of Lance Miller right there. Make contact with the 17, but as we mentioned, it's not the end of the road for these drivers. If you don't advance out of the heat qualifier, go to that last chance qualifier, you can actually win some money in that last chance qualifier, Wesley. So for the 17 truck, still some work to do to finish in that top 3, but it's not the end of the world per se.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Not the end of the world. Just got to find out and see what went wrong there and make sure you don't make those mistakes again as you look at another replay from another angle of what happened here to the number 17 machine, the 22 down below the bottom of the apron. Of course, that is Brandon Broadfoot, Bullock in 17. Zach Hartwig got a piece of the 71 machine. That's the driver, of course, for Misfit Motorsports, and we see the end result of what just happened. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration, our first Serve Pro caution here tonight at Eldora, and it looks like they're saying caution laps count, but we are getting ready to come back to the green flag here. It's Clinkhart and Kynes ready to bring them to speed. Let's try this again, shall we? Eldora down to the inside. Kynes on that Team Real Team 29 to the bottom. Open up the door to Clinkhart on the outside. He'll power away. Here comes Bullock back in the dance to move to second as Hunter's in the fence in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Kynes struggled with that first corner, went way down there, couldn't get that thing straight off the corner right now. So Jacob Clinkhart leading the way. Bullock's still up there in that 17 truck off of 2. You see the 29 really struggling to keep that thing straight right there, Wesley. But as you mentioned, you turn right to turn left here at Eldora, and you see now Brandon Bullock's going to go to the inside down the straight.
Yeah, certainly right now just holding on to that spot. Clinkhart up on the high side, if you will, way up on the top of the racetrack. If he's ripping the lip, if you will, if you're new to the dirt world, that's an analogy as they are on the top shelf working there. Bullock now trying to get back on the inside on Clinkhart. Hunter still rim riding off the wall. Brandon Broadfoot from Chico, California. He's just spinning and grinning and sliding into 1, and we're 13 to go in Heat 1.
Yeah, you see that line that he's trying to run there, Wesley, on the low side of the racetrack, just trying to get high up to the top and then keep that thing sliding out of the corner. Right now, though, our race leader, Jacob Clinkhart, showing what he can do on the dirt. Look at that wheel movement as we ride on board. But there's the 17 truck of Brandon Bullock with a huge move. Look like racing that rally cross race. Oh, and there's contact in the 3.
Yeah, there's a little contact there, and Clinkhart now protects the inside on Bullock's machines. Those drivers continue to rim ride off the wall, except for Bullock now with the bonsai. Now the crossover or the slider on the inside. He'll go for the opportunity to go after Clinkhart. Waiting patiently is Miller. There's your top 3. Those are your transfers. But right now, 10 in. 10 to go. Still a half of this race remaining in Heat 1 at Eldora in the All-Star race presented by DSR Electric. And all 3 of these trucks are now in a scramble on the back straightaway.
And for Miller and Bullock, they were involved in that first caution of the night. Now they're locked inside the top 3. You see the 17 truck keep thinking to the inside of the 1 of Jacob Clinkhart. These 3 drivers with 9 laps to go will advance to the main if this stays the same. And it looks like they're just going to stick to this tripod down the backstretch. They're going to try to split Jacob Clinkhart into 3 and 4.
Just continuing to hold on to all that momentum, if you will, right now as these drivers work their way back down to the start-finish line, put another lap on the board, and you see it now. Bullock up on the inside, and there goes 3 trucks now. 3 wide for the lead. Hold on there, Bullock, as he almost lost control as the hot dog between the bun, the meat, and the sandwich of that Miller-Bullock battle, and Clinkhart now scampers away. Miller to the lead. We're 7 to go into turn 2.
That might open the door for Chris Kynes and that 29 machine. If he can keep that thing smooth, that real tree machine, catch up to Brandon Bullock in that 17 truck, he might have a chance to advance to the main. But still, with 5 laps to go, this looks to be the 3 that will advance over there. 6 laps to go here down the backstretch. The 21 machine, though, very loose off of 2. It's getting intense here, Wesley. I know it's a fun race, but these top 3 drivers, I know they don't want to go to that last chance qualifier.
Hey, listen, William Tiller, it's the DSR Electric All-Star Race. They want the bragging rights of being in this field right now. You can't get in unless you are a winner champion, unless you go through this format. If you can win this first heat race, like you said, my friend, coming off turn 4 to go in heat number 1, you have the ease of knowing that you don't have to go through that hooligan race, that last chance qualifier, which no doubt will be highly entertaining, as they've got about a mile, 2 miles remaining around Eldora on the half mile into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, our top 3 looks to be locked in. Miller, Klinkart, Bullock into 3 and 4. You see other battles brewing up on the racetracks. That Arkwit in that 71. Brennan Broadfoot in that 22. Ron Hunter in that 30. You see Johnson back there in that 33 as well. Now it looks like the 17 truck of Bullock. He's trying to make some moves to the inside of Jacob Klinkart as we make it 3 laps to go here in heat race number 1.
Miller, Klinkart, Bullock, Kynes, Hartwick, your top 5. Now remember, the number is 3. Miller and Klinkart and Bullock. And right now, honestly, as they come for the white flag, which is that Darren's nail gun repair, 1 to go in all of our NASRA events, if you will, in heat number 1. William Tiller, I will tell you this. I would just be content where you're at if you're Miller, Bullock, and Klinkart, and take ease noting that you're going to the All-Star race as they work all 4.
Absolutely, as we have our first qualifier in. That's Lance Miller. Our second one's coming just across the line. Brennan Bullock right there, and Jacob Klinkart will be our 3 trucks advancing to that main event race, with Chris Kynes just finishing just outside of that window. Early mistakes is going to cost the 29, but watch out for that 29 in that last chance qualifier.
So there you have it. Heat race number 1 is in the books, and there is the results. Lance Miller will take the win here in heat race number 1. He is going to the All-Star race. Let's get his thoughts real quickly on our broadcast coverage here for the driver for 979 Racing, Lance Miller. It's Miller time. Not yet, though. You got to at least win the All-Star race. You're starting 14th outside row 7.
Awesome. Yeah, I knew I was fast in practice, so I was hoping to transfer it to the heat race there, and felt kind of bad for the 17 spinner on that first lap, and was kind of nervous. I didn't know if I could get back to the leaders once that restart happened, but after about 2 laps, I kind of knew I was probably lights out there, and once I got to him, I just had to kind of get some clean air and get around him, and I knew I could make something happen.
William Tiller, real quick.
Yeah, Lance, what are you looking forward to in that main? As Wesley said, you're going to qualify right in. You don't have to go through that last chance qualifier. You're going to be watching those heat races just in case, or are you just going to try to prepare for that main?
Yeah, I'll be watching to kind of see how this track evolves. It seemed like it took quite a few laps in practice for it to really slick off, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. And then hopefully just kind of try and work through the field slowly. I know there's a couple other really quick guys in that feature, so we'll see what we can do. I'm hoping top 5 at least. Podium's probably in the possibilities, so we'll see what happens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's the thoughts of the 979 Racing entry of heat number 1 winner, Lance Miller. Let's give you the starting lineup now for heat race number 2. Kynes and Hartwick on row number 1. Broadfoot Hunter, row number 2. Johnson Doucette in heat number 3. Then it's going to be Cantwell as well as Kilgore. Peacock are your drivers on heat race number 2. Everyone else will work their way into that last chance race. And again, we are taking 3. Kynes and Hartwick ready to bring them to the green flag here, William, as we go another 20 laps in the DSR Electric All-Star Night on this Monday evening at Virtual Eldora.
Let's rock and roll. Chris Kynes, Steve Barnett is going to thunder this heat race number 2 field into corner number 1. That real tree machine takes us off of corner number 2.
So the green flag will go in the air, and we watch these guys work their way off the corner. 25 laps the distance. I thought it was a 20-lap heat race. Anyhow, we're watching these guys working off the corner. Into the turn, opening laps. Give it quickly to Chris Kynes, the 29 machine, up in front. Then you got, of course, a nice position there for Jeffrey Johnson, Brandon Broadfoot. This is going on in the top 5 as they work their way back out of turn number 4.
Yeah, I believe, Wesley, this might be our last chance qualifier with 25 laps on the board. You're seeing some names out of that heat race number 1 here. You're seeing Chris Kynes still lead the way. Klinkart's right there. You see Hartwick's in the mix, Ron Hunter as well. So this might be that chance to bag a $5 bill in your pocket if you can win this Glass Mechanics last chance qualifier. As you see right now, Chris Kynes still leading the way. He's leading Steve Barnett, Kerry Tribune, Jeffrey Johnson, Brenner Broadfoot right there as well. You're seeing what they can do here in the last chance qualifier. Chris Kynes was very fast in that heat race. Just an early mistake cost him that top 3 finishing position. Seeing some mistakes right there out of the 71 machine of Zach Hartwick, who's on the track. Ron Hunter's on there as well. Chris Kynes, though, seems to be locked in with a little bit of a mistake right there. Here comes second place. That's Jeffrey Johnson Jr. in that 33.
Okay, so William, I have been informed that due to not having enough entries in the event, they were trying to make it be where we have. Well, we got a caution. Anyhow, trouble on the racetrack. We got a truck spun around. That is the. It's too darn blurry. 22 of Broadfoot, it looks like. But what I'm understanding, William, is that though Nazar was trying to enforce the format because there is not enough entries, iRacing overrid the structure of the event. They locked in everybody. So this is your last chance qualifier, and I'm understanding that instead of locking in the 24 drivers, 25 or 26 are going to start the 75 lap A main.
Okay, there we go. Breaking news here as we check out the Serve Pro caution that's out on the racetrack. It's just a simple, just getting very, very loose there. You send that truck's nose right into that inside wall, and that was an on-the-pole instant replay here tonight. And Wesley, that makes this even more exciting. These drivers can win $5 if you come home the victor here in this last chance qualifier, all sponsored by Glass Mechanic here. We're very excited to have Glass Mechanic on board. Family-owned and operated business since 1921 with 4 generations of families serving the Phoenix area for all of your glass mechanic needs. We invite you to go check them out at yourglassmechanic.com. With over 100 years of experience, there's no window shopping needed. Contact them today.
So we're calling the last chance qualifier the Glass Mechanic, I guess, right? The Glass Mechanic Stage 2. As we normally do stage races. Tonight, totally different format with the qualifying, the heat races. Only one heat race was ran, and then you're seeing the last chance qualifier, and you see 10 drivers on the track. And I'm understanding, again, William, every single driver is going to be going into the 75-lap feature once they get done with that 5-minute warm-up. As right now we watch them working off the corner here out of the turn number 4. And look at this awesome job there now by, of course, the driver leading the way off of turn number 1 and 2, Steve Barnett. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. in that 33 Ford. There he is. You've got, of course, Kynes down battling with Ron Hunter. All of this going on as they work their way, and we're halfway here in the last chance qualifier.
As we check out this last chance qualifier, Wesley, who are some of the drivers that are standing out for you here early on, and who are some of your favorites to maybe win that main event?
So I really can't say that I don't know who's going to win from the 13 drivers that are the All-Stars. It's all going around, goes the 22 of Broadfoot. Got a punt there from Hartwick. Hartwick kept going. Broadfoot went around, and no caution. Kynes up in the fence now as Ron Hunter tries to get around him. But back to what you were saying. Watching what I saw from the talent pool from the heat race and now the last chance qualifier, I have to say I've seen obviously some great driving by the number 17, and that is Bullock. Even though he got involved in an accident in the early going, even though he's in this event right now, he's right there in second, but he was probably one of the strongest trucks that we saw in heat race number 1. He just fell short because he got caught up in an accident. But I think he's going to be somebody here in the All-Star race you got to keep an eye on, no doubt.
Absolutely, and I like the 23 of Joey Steyer's chances as well in that main event race, and watching some drivers here take this last chance qualifier. Looking at Chris Kynes, he's doing pretty good here in this last chance qualifier. He's up the board just a little bit. Watching some other names here, and really, Wesley, this last chance qualifier gives them an opportunity to get some more laps underneath their belt, maybe get used to this racetrack. You see the 29, Chris Kynes, he's really doing well. 71 is Zach Hartwick, who struggled in heat race number 1. He was doing better here in the last chance qualifier. So some of these guys just really trying to build laps underneath their belt to get ready for that main event.
Watching all of this happen now as they work their way again back down the front stretch. Now 7 laps to go here in this Glass Mechanic last chance qualifier races. Right now it is still Jeffrey Johnson up in front. Look at that beautiful number 33 machine off the corner. There is Ron Hunter. And that's a driver, Ron Hunter, that I know from the Northwest. He was a driver that struggled couple of years ago, and now the Hunter Performance Interest Racing number 30 is really been improved, especially William on the Monday night series. I got a feeling there's a win coming soon for that Chevrolet number 30 from the Northwest.
Absolutely, and it almost makes me think of the 37 machine of Raul Meza, a driver who's very competitive week in and week out, comes out to every single race. I don't think I've seen the 30 or 37 miss a race between the Monday night and Friday night series. And for that 30, I think he has consistent speed. Wesley does very well at these tracks, just always catches bad luck towards the end of these races.
Can I tell you something? Ron Hunter might be the only driver that I can really think of in my repertoire of NASRA that I have seen over the years compete on the dirt level here at Eldora, at Knoxville, and that's with the Northwest Racing Series Truck and Cup program. So can you take something from another league, use it in for tonight? I would say absolutely count on the Blanchard's Towing Hunter Performance Motorsports Chevrolet number 30 to possibly be somebody that will be a threat in this race. As right now, 2 laps to go for Jeffrey Johnson Jr. He is looking for the white flag here in the Glass Mechanic last chance qualifier, William, out of turn number 4.
Yeah, Jeffrey Johnson Jr., another one of those rookies here that's been performing great this season. Look at the likes of Joey Steyers as well, but Jeffrey Johnson Jr. looks to have this in the bag. He'll get that $5 bill from Glass Mechanics here, the sponsor of this last chance qualifier, and he'll lock himself into that main event.
Here he comes. I wondered if they were going to show him or not. There goes the new edge entry, working off the corner, down to the line, taking the checkered flag just in time. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. $5 added to his payroll. I know that's not a lot, but that is a little bit of something to help out in the world of iRacing for the Glass Mechanic last chance qualifier. And what do you know? We're going to try to grab the driver, Jeffrey Johnson Jr., and get his thoughts real quickly. Part of 979 Racing as we look at the results. Lance Miller did good for 979 Racing, and now Jeffrey Johnson Jr. Congratulations. The Glass Mechanic last chance qualifier. Your new edge number 33 is in the All-Star race, getting ready for 75 laps coming up, my friend.
Yeah, we were. I thought I was going to be a little faster there, but we pulled it off in the last chance qualifier. So hopefully, I have something for these guys.
William Taylor.
Yeah, Jeffrey, as you looking at heat race number 1 and going into this main event, what are some of the things that could possibly put that truck in victory lane?
Staying out of the crowd. A lot of cars, a lot of carnage going to happen. So if I can kind of stay out of that and keep the front end clean and keep the right front clean, I think we'll have a chance.
All right, well, there's again the driver of Jeffrey Johnson Jr. Field is rolling. Mr. Producer, let's go from the rear to the front row for the All-Star race. From position That'll bring out another caution flag. Presented by ServPro, restoring homes affected by fire, water, mold, or even hurricanes like it never even happened. Don't stress about the mess. Contact ServPro today at servpro.com. So the yellow flag out over the racetrack after the start of the race, and obviously we'll try to re-rack them, restack them, and we'll start again.
Exactly, Wesley. We got to thank our all-star race sponsor, DSR Electric. If you're feeling electric, well, contact Dan at DSR Electric for all your industrial, commercial, and residential electric needs. With over 30 years serving the Baltimore and Maryland area, Dan is the man for the job. Dan is hard at work at a new Checker Spot Brewery where he has his own beer named after him, located in Baltimore City near the Ravens and Oriole Baseball Stadium. Contact Dan today at DSRELECTR@AOL.com for all your electric needs.
All right, let's try this again. Green flag back in the air with Barnett again with another big restart. Lap 5 of 75 left to go here in this event for the DSR Electric All-Star Race. Look at them banging side by side for the, whoa, hold on, Kilgore, some others getting sideways. And he saved it. There's Bullock again. We saw him like a bulldog, if you will, in the heat race and the last chance race to make it into the show, William Tiller. And now a little aggressive there with Derek Kilgore and some other trucks to put us under yellow flag for the second time.
Absolutely. We'll check out this on the pole instant replay. We watched it live here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Let's see what happens here. That's going into 3 and 4. And it's just outside of the camera view there. If our producer can jump back, I think a driver already hit the wall back on there. That's Adam Newton. We talked about him, Wesley. He won last week's race to get into this main event. Didn't have to go through the heat races. But unfortunately, he's going to be at the tail end of the pack now.
Yeah, yellow flag out again here for Adam Newton. Look at another look on the replay as we watch these guys come off that corner, and they'll. By that time, they had already threw the caution, so. We saw what happened in real time. We saw Bullock and Kilgore almost bonds off one another, and here's another secondary part of what happened after the caution had already fell, and that was a nice save there by Derek Kilgore, if you will, William, to not get any more damage than what he had already had with Bullock's truck.
Absolutely. And I think tonight you got to be able to roll with the punches, sort of say. You got to know that you're going to make contact with some of these trucks, but you just got to keep your cool, keep it moving in the right direction, and try to get that truck to the front. And it's all about rhythm here at a dirt track. You know, you could turn right to go left here, but it's just you hit that rhythm. You make sure you keep it smooth. The minute you start to get out of that rhythm, you start to get out of that pattern going into those corners, is the minute you start to see that truck wiggle a little bit.
Well, we'll try to set them up here for the restart again. Remember, this race is 75 laps and the all-star event. Thanks again to DSR Electric for stepping up and being the title sponsor for this event. And here's the deal, William, it's the all-star race. So everything that you probably wouldn't do or attempt to do till the end to win a race or to compete with these guys, as we wrap up another ServPro caution and we're back to the green flag. This is the night where literally you would be rock'em sock'em robots. There would be bumping, there would be banging, there would be crashing, there would be any and everything you've got to do to try to win this all-star race. And it's also about bragging rights.
Absolutely. And there are a few things on the line here tonight, Wesley. A winner receives a butt kicker. Our wonderful boss, Mr. Brady LaBeouf's going to be giving out mystery prizes during the race as well. And the top 5 full-time drivers that finish here at Eldora will receive playoff points. We know how important those are going to be down the stretch with only 4 regular season races left.
Caution out again. I think we went a lap under green. The producer didn't even take off the ServPro logo because he probably was hinting or predicting that there was going to be another yellow flag, and that's exactly what just happened. Another caution out over the speedway. This is the 3rd of our 75 lap feature. Quickly, Adam Flieger is on it. Here is a look of what just happened. Now, Adam Newton right there in that battle along with some other trucks. And there goes the Dover winner into the All-Star race from winning last Monday night. William Tiller putting us under caution. Adam Newton in 82.
Yeah, the 82 is not going to keep that momentum going here at the All-Star race, but it's all about fun. And I know the 82 is excited to be in those playoff races, qualifying last week at Dover, a DSR electric machine, that title sponsor machine here tonight. I know he's eager to try to put that thing into victory lane, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the night for him. Just having early troubles here in the main, but as you mentioned, Wesley, still a long way to go.
Under the yellow flag yet again here as let's step away. We'll take a quick break. We are back with more from Eldora, the All-Star Race, DSR Electric, Nazareth, Monday night with the trucks when we return. All right, we're back, and green flag is in the air, and just as soon as we come back, there's a... Oh, my goodness, William, we got another caution.
Caution flag waves once again. Serve Pro is getting their money's worth here tonight as the 29 of Chris Kynes is just going to start the domino effect, and he's not going to be the one involved in this caution. I'm going to look at who that is involved here.
Is that Hartwick?
In the 71,
Yeah, Hartwick right there in the very hard truck to really notice here with its wrap job. There's the Brandon Broadfoot now. We'll see what happened to him. The 22 kind of, T-bone effect, if you will. Nowhere to really go. When you just, well, you spin, I'm going to spin with you.
As they say, you dip, I dip, we all dip right here in that back stretch. Brandon Broadfoot in that 22 was able to qualify into this main event through those heat races, but seeming to struggle just a little bit. There's Jeffrey Johnson Jr. in that 33. We just talked to him. He was excited to run in this main after winning that last chance qualifier. You see, he's just going to get he's going to go pulling off the track here. Looks like these guys are just going to head down at what is almost a makeshift pit road here at Eldora. And you see right there Jeffrey Johnson Jr., who is excited, Wesley. He's probably not too happy with his performance so far.
So caution out again. As there you see Blake Lothian really showing his talents right now. Up in the front, the 43 Toyota. Remember, he was really strong at Eldora, at Dover last Monday. Green flag back out. Don't get rid of that ticker. We got another caution. Oh, Richards involved. Barnett involved. And the hits just keep on coming. Bullock, Stiers, there's your pick there, if you will, William. We have another caution.
Another caution. It looks like it's involved about 4 or 5 of our main event qualifiers there that just got in from wins this season, last season. See, Lance Miller is going to escape that. Robbie Richards is going to be involved. Joey Stiers, I see that truck in there as well. Just a big pile up there to start off the drop of the green flag, and that just really makes it a free-for-all because now we have a mix of drivers that qualified in through those 13 spots we had. We have drivers that qualified through the heat race number 1. We have last chance qualifiers as well in this race. Now you're just getting that mixed bag. Lance Miller in that 21. Miller time's trying to show up. He's up 10 spots from the drop of the green flag, Wesley. He might be celebrating Miller time in victory lane here tonight.
All right. Well, back under the yellow flag again. So it's Blake Lothian up in front, leading the way. Kerry Tribune in second. That's your first row. Then you've got Miller. And by the way, can we highlight Miller real quickly? Look at Miller, okay? He is right in the top 5, William Tiller, the heat race winner. And look who's right alongside of him, one of our colleagues in the broadcast booth from Friday night for the NASRA Cops Truck Series, Jacob Reeves from Georgia. We're ready to bring him back to green here. Still, we still got another, 2/3 of the, or 1/3 left to go here in this race. As you've got 23 of 75 laps coming up on the board. And William, I will be saying I'm glad they're counting caution laps, especially with these cautions.
Absolutely. You're watching Blake Lothian separate here from the top of the grid. You mentioned his performance at Dover. I also witnessed a great run out of that 43 at New Hampshire in our Friday night series there. Just came up just a little bit short at his home track, but put forth an awesome performance there. It was Keith Bradley in that 29 that won that race, but you got to nod your head at that performance of the 43. Now here tonight trying to lock down an all-star race victory. I think that's going to put some mojo in the 43's cockpit for sure.
25 laps on the board this time by 50 laps to go in the DSR Electric All-Star Race. And yep, here you go. And we have another caution. It is another Serve Pro yellow flag on the pole. Instant replay. Adam Flieger will find out what happened. Cody Dodd, Adam Newton. Welcome to Eldora. Brady LaBeouf right in front of him, sideways. LaBeouf turns into Newton. Newton goes into the fence and nowhere to go. And hey, Brady LaBeouf is doing some backwards driving down the front straightaway in reverse.
Yeah, and if we could ride on board with that 82 of Adam Newton, we could see exactly what he saw there. And you start to see it almost like Indiana Jones. That boulder is rolling towards it. There's nowhere to go. You try to run out of the way. And you see if we could jump on board with that 82, he's going to start to see that 24, Brady LaBeouf, start coming down the track. And out at Eldora here, or any dirt track here, and you see you're going to ride on board with the 30 of Ron Hunter just behind the accident. And you see right there, a good shot of it there. But just nothing to do there for the 82 of Adam Newton if we could jump on board with him. And you will see you're going to right there, the 82. Running that low side lane, and you see the 24 is just going to come down. There's nowhere to go on the racetrack there, Wesley. You can't go high side, you can't go low because the wall is right there. You just have to brace for impact, so to say.
Caution out, and again, watching Blake Lothian in the front. 30 laps about to be on the board here in this race. Is still have one thing I do like is they've got control of trying to restart these races fast enough once everybody gets back going again here. So, Randy Marsh, your comment, I don't know how to take it. Jason Morellis, thank you for giving your thoughts of what happened. And HLR Racing, we'll see how it goes. Here we go, ready to bring him back to the green flag. That wraps up another Serve Pro caution flag as the field will make their way back into the Geico restart zone. Green flag goes back in the air, and we are back to racing here.
Yeah,
at speed.
Yeah, at speed here. No caution flags yet on the racetrack. That Serve Pro caution is not out. Lance Miller, though, he is under fire there for that second spot. You see Battle now starting to go, and you see that Hornet's Nest. We just got a shot of it outside of our camera angle right there, just a further back on the pack. A Hornet's Nest of trucks piling up there. I saw 3 wide, 4 wide for just a minute, but we are under caution once again.
Yeah, trouble, caution as it's just continuing to wrap up now. We'll give you an instant replay. That was the driver, Ron Hunter, in the 30, and Robbie Richards in the 48. Watch them now. 2 rows deep, 3 wide, contact, Kynes in the middle, slams to the left on the machine of Richards. Richards got turned. Now this is before we saw also Ron Hunter get crashed, and there he comes piling in. Caution out. There's debris and more. Here's your other Serve Pro caution. Fire,
Absolutely.
water, cleanup, and restoration, and maybe even tow truck services needed by Serve Pro tonight, William.
Exactly, and I saw that sort of brewing up there, Wesley. That's what I was alluding to, was 3 wide, 4 wide, just outside of the top 5. They were bumping and banging each other right there, nowhere to go on the racetrack. Just as we jump back up to the leader here, we're going to ride on board with the 30 of Ron Hunter. He had nowhere to go on the racetrack as well. These Serve Pro caution flags are definitely waving here tonight.
Yeah, what a frustrating moment there for those guys as we go back under the yellow flag. Again, another fire, water, cleanup, restoration yellow flag in the books presented by Serve Pro. William Tiller, I am Wesley Outlet, Adam Fligger in production. We welcome you to coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, the DSR Electric All-Star Race. 7, count them, 7 yellow flags about to be used in both hands to determine the caution count, and we still got about 40 laps to go here in this race, William Tiller, as we're going to go back to green on lap number 34.
Absolutely. And talking with Dan from DSR Electric, yeah, he has his own beer named after him. I'm sure whoever wins this race here tonight is going to need one of those, the way this race is playing out. But we'll try it once again. Blake Lothian on the top side, Lance Miller on the low side, as Blake Lothian takes the field in corner number 1.
Green flag back out again, and watch them working off that corner out of turn number 2. We're going to work down the back stretch. There goes Barnett. Barnett off the corner. Look at him now. But who is that right there in the middle of that mix? 57, Jacob Reeves, man, what a job for Reeves. He's right there in the top 5. And I'm telling you, William, what a job for Lance Miller, the Heat 1 winner, or the Heat race winner, if you will. He is right there in second.
Yeah, he's trying to search down our leader, Blake Lothian. He's rocking that rhythm, as they say. You feel the rhythm, feel the breeze, but the caution flag is out once again here tonight. As I mentioned, Serve Pro is getting their money's worth, because that Serve Pro caution flag waves once again as we check out this on the pole instant replay.
8th caution. By the way, was you trying to do feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, get on up, it's bobsled time?
You got it.
I watched that movie the other day, as a matter of fact. Probably one of my favorite movies John Candy ever made. Look at this on the replay.
Oh,
Joey
no.
Stiers, other trucks wrecking. And there's a caution again for the 8th time. Boy, oh boy, Barney's going to have to use some icy hot on his arm after he finishes up tonight at Virtual Eldora.
And for Joey Stiers, although you're just going to see him here on this caution flag, this is a fun race. This is the midpoint of the season. We have 4 regular season races left. He's actually just behind our points leader, Tyler Dittmer, in that second spot as a rookie in this series. So if he's a rookie in his very first season with NASRA in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series to go on to win the championship, what a feat that would be for that 23 machine.
It is Hamilton. Just got turned in the fence, as well as, was it What? No. Yeah. Oh, wow. That is Barnett. Here comes some more trucks piling in. Joey Stiers quickly getting through that time, that skirmish, that scramble. Justin White also in the number 2. Here you go again on board. Cody Knott, the Madera, California driver. Sliding away, and somehow he got calamity in there. Yeah. Oh. Cody Knott's had a roller coaster season, William Tiller. It's not, I mean, I know he made it in the All-Star race by virtue of, let's see here, Cody. No, he did not. My apologies. He wasn't one of the 13 drivers in the All-Star race. He made it in by preliminaries. 35 to go. We just passed halfway. Still a long way to go in the DSR Electric All-Star race. William Tiller coming to green.
Let's do it. Blake Lothian will rumble the field into 1 and 2. He'll go way up on the racetrack to make sure that 43 slides back down on the backstretch. You see Jake Reeves right there in that 57. We're having a bit of a pile up there. Derek Kilgore in the 11 is going to touch that top side wall. You see Brandon Broadfoot in that 22 very low on the racetrack. A lot of different lines as we have a truck hitting the inside wall there. See if the caution flag waves once again. Nothing out. It's free and clear so far as we're into 3 and 4.
Down into turn number 3. And then another caution. Joey Stiers, your pick, William. Having a bad night tonight.
Brandon Bullock in that
no, that's
17.
Bullock.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. Yes, that's Bullock, actually. The 17. Hell, that was my pick. That was the guy I said we should watch. I jinxed myself twice.
Check it out. Check it out here. I think he touches the low side wall of 2 and just never gets control of that truck once again. Tries to go low into 3 and 4. You see some damage on that truck as well. Probably very difficult to steer, and he gets a little love tap into that wall. So 17 truck, you see the damage on that thing. I think he's just out here running laps at this point.
Another yellow flag, fire water, cleanup, restoration. We appreciate them. Let's check in with our swim buddy just after halfway. Blake Lothian, All-Star Night, you're leading. My goodness, there's been a lot of cautions, though.
Oh, yeah, surfers getting their money's worth tonight.
Why do you think we're seeing guys wreck like they're in the funny papers? Not used to the dirt?
Oh, I think they're just not used to the dirt. Luckily, this is just an all-star race, no points tonight, just for some cash. So, yeah, we're happy that this is only an all-star race, but I hope to go out there and win this thing.
What would it mean to Blake Lothian to win this DSR Electric All-Star race for Nazareth?
Oh, man, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be amazing to win this race. I've been practicing for this for a little while now, so, oh my goodness, I hope to finish off the job.
William, got anything?
We'll take that as a no. I can't hear him.
All right, well, let's, yeah, I think it's mic's off, William Tiller. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is the man with swim, Blake Lothian. We'll let you get back to it again. I'm not going to do like SRX does and try to interview somebody in real time. That it will be very entertaining, but we will get ready to go back to the green flag as that wraps up Adam Flieger. Another Serve Pro caution, one caution away from using both hands. Count them, both hands, 10 fingers if we get it. And I thought we were about to. Chris Kynes ripping the fence down on the bottom of the apron, watching all of this going on. Thank you, Jason Morales, as they work their way 3 wide, 2-3 rows deep off the corner. Here we go, closing in on 30 to go, Tiller. Here we 3 wide again. Newton's up on the outside, ripping the lip off too.
Yeah, it's bumper trucks here tonight, and the caution's out again, but we can see why. We got that live shot on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.
That's Cody Knott.
Yeah, Cody Knott's going to be involved.
Robbie Richards, I think, is the one, William, that we saw got turned hard into the fence there off of turn number 2. Let's watch the replay. Oh, 10th caution. Serve Pro, we appreciate your business. Just stay up there for the rest of the night.
Justin White's going to be involved. Chris Kynes in that 29 is going to be involved. It's just a fun race, Wesley. I know these drivers want to win here tonight and win that butt kicker for sure. I know that's a huge prize for these guys. That's
right. The butt kicker's on the line. Let's watch and see what happened again. This is on board with Cody Knott. Somehow I got through there, but then I got T-bone there in the passenger side by Robbie Richards. As there goes Cody Knott. Damage all, the Madeira, California driver. On board now with Robert Richards from South Carolina. Watch this alongside with Barnett. Barnett clears the way. He's the one that goes in the fence. Oh, wow.
And through this caution, Wesley, I'm taking a look at our scoring and how our positions are right now. There are some names up there we don't really call out through the season. We have Cody Sanderson in that 14 machine. He's up inside the top 5. We also have Jonathan Wiley in that 511. He's up there just outside of the top 5 in 6th. Joey Steyer's another rookie in the mix. We have 3 rookies inside the top 10 here tonight.
Yeah, they're doing a really, really good job. Again, kind of watching to see what their talents are. You know, I know we're coming to the end of this thing here. Let's check in with one of the Mission 1 esports drivers and one of our colleagues of the virtual iRacing broadcast world. Jacob Reeves, you're in 3rd.
Yep, we're going green.
I never wanted to do that to him either, so we'll let you get back to work there. My apologies. We are back underway. Let's get him the hell out of the booth. Jacob Reeves there. I thought we were going to get a caution.
This is a Clint Boyer interview right here.
It is. It is. I'm not gonna do that to the guy though. So there you go. So that was Jacob Reeves. He said, "Yeah, I just didn't realize with time that we lost
there."
There
it is.
Jacob
There's
Reeves.
the caution.
Now I'm bringing him back in. Then, dang it. Was it? All right, I wasn't going to do that to you during your racing mode, Jacob, but we are under yellow flag. What's your, hopefully you're not the cause of the caution. What's your take of the this all-star race so far, Jacob?
These guys right here, I'm telling you, I mean, I've never really been good at dirt per se, but these guys right here, they are going for it 9 ways to Sunday right here, and I'm just trying to hold on to the truck, not throw it in the fence, and try not to wreck anybody. That's the plan right now.
It looks like you're the possum right now. You're kind of scoping everything, playing dead, and waiting to pounce on them whenever it's the right time. Am I right?
Well, the only reason we're up here is because they all wrecked earlier, and we was stuck on the top, and I saw a bunch of them wreck up front, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just going to stay in the gas, and went all the way around them, went from like, I guess, 8th all the way up to 3rd, and that's how we got up here.
William Taylor, what you got for our colleague Jacob Reeves in the booth?
Man, Jake, it's awesome to see you behind the wheel of that 57 machine. What's going to be the key to victory to put that McConaughey setup shop in victory lane?
To be honest with you, try to keep it straight and try not to wreck. That's the plan right now. I mean, I know it's very hard to keep it straight in a dirt race, but that's just the plan right now. Just happy to be here and happy to be driving for Brady for Mission 1 Esports.
You better get back to work. We're not going to try to talk to you this time while you're working. You're coming to green. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Reeves right now in the top 5 as we get ready for another restart. By the way, that is a 11th Serve Pro caution, fire, water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro for the Monday Night Caution flag sponsor for NASRA. All right, here we go. Can we get to the finish? Or are we not done crashing? 11 cautions so far. Can we go for a dozen or more? 20 to go here also at Eldora. 55 laps in, 20 to the finish, and they're working the back straightaway, William.
20 laps to go. You see Jonathan Wiley making a run on the 43 of Blake Lothian there at the top of the grid. Adam Newton's back in the mix as... My goodness, gonna slide right in front of Jonathan Wiley right there with a huge move. They're gonna go a little okey doke action, a little give and take. As you see, Lance Miller is gonna think to the inside into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Blake Lothian still leading the way off corner number 4.
Well, for a moment ago, it was just the two of us. Now it's on my own. Blake Lothian has pulled away by about a quarter distance from Miller. Wiley, Sanderson, Tribune, your top 5 in the rocking going to turn 1. Big crash. 12th caution of the night presented by Serve Pro. And this might be the big one so far here at Eldora, William, in the All-Star race. Wow.
You see right there on the front stretch, a big pileup. Steve Barnett's going to be involved in that. And it's just a fun race out here, brought to you by DSR Electric, this all-star race with 4 races to go in the regular season. It's a chance for these drivers to basically take a breath. We're going to ride on board with the 26 of Cody Knott here.
Yeah, it looks like Barnett in 42, Broadfoot in the 22, the 48 of Richards and Hamilton, and somehow Cody Knott got by. That was a virtual Days of Thunder move right there, brother.
That's going way back. I heard they're going to redo that movie with Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder 2. Maybe about 40 years in between the 2 movies. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, yes, I'm a fan of Days of Thunder. Always have, always will be. I didn't like the whole cheesy ooh la la love story thing, but Nicole Kidman was hot back in her day. I don't know about now, but definitely Tom Cruise. You know, a lot of people don't know this, William. I don't know if you did or not, but the movie Days of Thunder was to portray NASCAR driver from Hendrick, Tim Richmond. The theme of the guy pulling up on the motorcycle with the sunglasses like he did in the movie. That's how Tim Richmond first met Rick Hendrick to get the drive in the T.G. Shepherd throwback Folgers car. The entire party boy lifestyle, the thing that happened with the highway patrol officer was something that really happened with Tim Richmond, with Hendrick Motorsports. So, yes, that was kind of a tribute, if you will, to Tim Richmond when he ran for the Hendrick Motorsports program. And, of course, Harry Hyde You know, Harry Hyde was. That was of course to give a throwback of the real crew chief. You know, Mr. Hyde as well. So back to green with 13 laps to go here at Eldora. Can we please get a rid of that Serve Pro caution ticker and don't let it pop up on the screen any darn more. Let's get to the finish with 12 to go here, William. We're trimming the fat. Hopefully we can take this to the finish.
Yeah, Blake Lothian, that 43 is just trying to keep that rhythm, keep it moving, keep it grooving here at Eldora. And you see Lance Miller, he might be running faster lap times here, but it's all about those lines. You got to make sure you're on the fastest line here on the dirt. You might be faster, but if you can't get down the racetrack, and you see it right there, he's way up on the top side of the racetrack. He might lose a position here to the 22 of Brennan Broadfoot, who's to the inside of the 21 here off of the corner, down the backstretch, about to make it 10 laps to go.
All right, Adam, get rid of that ticker, brother. We're back to green with 10 laps to go when they come to the line. Hopefully they can take this to the finish. And no, I spoke too soon. Damn it, another caution.
Caution flag is out once again as we check out the on the pole instant replay here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. That's going to be the boss man himself, Mr. Brady LaBeouf. That's going to have some trouble. Little contact there from Justin White in the 2, and he's just going to oversteer that thing right into the top side wall.
So another yellow flag coming out again. I believe this is yellow flag number 13. Tough break for Brady LaBeouf and for Ron Hunter in the 30. Let's check out and see what happened to him. Brady had already crashed, and oh man, nowhere for Ron Hunter to go. And look at it, he knocked him so hard, he knocked him down the he knocked him all the way in the corner into turn 4 from the impact from turn number 3. Ron Hunter did to Brady LaBeouf, William. Look at this again.
Right on board with the 30.
He said,
ding!
Bang! That wasn't a spare, that was a strike.
Exactly. With the bowling reference, and as we've said it about 11 or 12 times now, Serve Pro is our official caution flag sponsor, restoring homes affected by fire, water, mold, or hurricanes like it never happened before. Don't stress about the mess. Contact Serve Pro today at servepro.com. And Wesley, we have sure getting our money's worth here with Serve Pro being our caution flag sponsor. I think this might be the most cautions we've had all season.
I believe so, yeah, and I don't think we're done yet either as well, so don't jinx us any more than it already is. Tonight's race is brought to you by Serve Pro. I'm sorry, I mean DSR Electric. Thank you to DSR Electric for being our title sponsor for the All-Star race. Are you feeling electric? Well, contact Dan at DSR Electric for all of your industrial, commercial, residential electrical needs with over 30 years serving the Baltimore and Maryland area. Hey, I was up in Maryland over the weekend at Potomac. Let's try to go to the finish here in the DSR Electric All-Star race. 5 laps to go. Lothian is leading. Miller is in the battle. It's Miller time at Eldora. Can he pull it off into turn number 1?
5 laps to go here in the DSR Electric All-Star race. Blake Lothian, and the caution flag is out. That will give us a green-white checkered here in the All-Star race.
And there's 3 attempts at overtime if need be. So let's go extra lap, shall we? Oh, caution out. By the way, again, in the Baltimore, Maryland area, Dan is the man for the job. Dan is hard at work on a new Checker Spot brewery where he has his own beer named after him, located in Baltimore City near the Ravens Stadium. My arch nemesis. I'm sorry. I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler through and through. An Oriole baseball stadium. It's good to hear about the Orioles again. They're having actually a pretty good year after, 30 years of damnation. Contact Dan today, DSR Electric at AOL.com. Here's a look at what happened on the replay, if you will, William Tiller. And there's Sean Hamilton getting through these accidents a little willing and dealing.
Yeah, and I gotta say, my hat's off to our producer here tonight, Mr. Adam Flieger. He sure had his hands full queuing up all these replays here tonight with about 14 cautions on the racetrack. Wesley, that's 14 different replays he's brought up for us to describe to the folks at home here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. So shout out to our wonderful producer here working with us on Monday and Friday nights. We're going to have a green-white checker to crown our all-star race winner here tonight, Wesley. We couldn't ask for more, that's for sure.
Yeah, I could ask for more. We'll see how all of this ensues as right now we get ready to bring in, I believe, Cody Sanderson in the booth. We're going to try to get a word with him. Well, I think he's in the driver lounge. Well, we're getting ready for a restart, so I'm not going to bug him. All right, so this is the first attempt at overtime. We get a caution before the light. We'll do it again for the All-Star race. Unlimited attempts. 14 cautions in this race. And now to the home stretch we go to determine who's the DSL All-Star. Green flag back out. They're going to try to stick him 3 wide. Miller is in the middle. Watch all this happening down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Blake Lothian coming off of turn number 4. He's going to come to the line. William Tiller, white flag presented by Darren Snell Gun Repair. Can he be an all-star from Massachusetts?
The Wesley, Massachusetts driver here, the 43 machine of Blake Lothian will go into 3 and 4. If he keeps it calm, cool, collected, he'll be our all-star race champion, and he wins the DSR Electric All-Star Race. Mr. Blake Lothian.
Hey, what do you say? Blake Lothian, cue up some Smash Mouth. You're an all-star for NASRA on Monday night. The Wellesley, Massachusetts driver, William Tiller, he wanted to win this race. You heard how much it meant to him. And Blake Lothian, a real late model racer. He's ran in the Cars Tour. He's ran in some Carolina Pro Late Model and Cars Tour Pro Late Model events, late model stock NASCAR, Advanced Auto Parts events. And this driver, Blake Lothian, is now, I love the moon, by the way. They say that's Lothian's face on a moon. On the hood of that truck, William Tiller.
Absolutely, and I think it just shows his personality and personality as a driver as well. Very calm, cool, and collected. Never has any issues with anybody on the track. I never hear anybody calling him out about his driving style, but he's also very consistent, and you see it here tonight winning this all-star race.
The all-star winner, the Flames shooting up on the Eldora Victory Lane stage. And the Wellesley, Mass driver, Blake Lothian, will pick up the victory. We'll grab a word with him in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the results for the DSR Electric All-Star Race. Had to be finished in overtime. After 14 caution flags, Blake Lothian is the winner. What a drive for Lance Miller, William Tiller. He will finish in the 2nd spot. Cody Sanderson for Who's Your Daddy Racing will finish 3rd. Don't really talk about him much. He had a solid drive. Kerry Tribune 4th. Jonathan Wiley, your top 5. Adam Newton, Robert Richards, Sean Hamilton, Joey Stiers, Jacob Reeves, your top 10 in a pretty wild event here tonight at Eldora.
Yeah, looking at some names outside of the top 10. Of course, they all had some fun here tonight. Brennan Bullock finishes 11th. Cody Knott 12th. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. 13th. We saw him win that last chance qualifier. Jacob Klinkart 14th. Justin White 15th. Brenner Broadfoot 16th. Chris Kynes in that 29. I feel like he's going to have a good rest of the season here. He's going to finish 17th. Brady LaBeouf, the boss man, 18th. Steve Barnett in that 42, 19th. And rounding out our top 20 is Ron Hunter and Zach Hartwick in that 71.
Rest of the finishing order will, of course, also include 21st going to, Adam Cantwell, Derek Kilgore, Joey Doucette, Taylor Peacock, drivers that bowed out of not running the All-Star race. Again, non-points tonight, but the bragging rights and winning here on the dirt at Eldora. Caution field, not going to say that it wasn't. It was caution. You're a fan of wrecks, you like crashes, you got that tonight here. But when the DSR Electric All-Star Race concludes, Blake Lothian is your winner. Lothian, Miller, Sanderson, your podium. Will and I will let us take a quick break. When we come back, post-race wrap-up from the DSR Electric All-Stars at Eldora. All right, so we're back, William Tiller, and I just got word from race director TJ Moore and Nazra's officers and presidents and founders. Of course, you know, we tried, we conquered, we will never do it again.
I was talking to Adam there during our commercial break, our wonderful producer Wesley, and coming out of this race, our top 5 are mainly part-time drivers, but I'm looking at Lance Miller and Kerry Tribune, 2 full-time drivers in this series that will get playoff points from this event.
Yeah, we understand that Cody Sanderson is a little frustrated right now. He does not want to do the post-race wrap-up thing or speak, I guess, on his thoughts of the race, but I can at least say props to him, a podium finish. So with that being said, William Tiller, I will let you grab the runner-up of the race. And, of course, that was our heat race winner, the Miller man, Lance Miller. He'll finish second. He's with William Tiller here at Eldora.
Man, it was close to being Miller time here tonight. I'm sure you'll crack open a few of those Miller highlights, even with your run in this fun all-star race. Take us through what seems to be a little heated all-star race tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad up front. Once I kind of got up into into second there, but then even the top 6, it was pretty clean. But it was pretty heated on back, and I was just talking in the waiting room to Blake, and we both kind of thought I had some long run speed. If we could have got a 5 or 6 lap run there, I might have been able to challenge him for the lead, because we would get some restarts and he would kind of pull away, and then after a lap and a half or so, I'd start getting a little bit of a run, but it just wasn't enough of a long run to try and get to him and make any moves.
In a race that was supposed to be not let's say relaxing, because racing is never relaxing, but a chance for you drivers to catch your breath, basically take the weekend or week off, basically have some fun here on the dirt. Was this that opportunity you think that can really recenter your season? I see you around 13th in the points right now with about 4 regular season races. Do you feel like this was needed for some of these drivers, basically take the edge off?
I think so. I think it was. I mean, everyone in the driver chat was having some pretty good fun during this. So I think that's good. I got some good tracks coming up here, so we'll see what we can do. But when I saw this race on the schedule, I kind of knew that I had a pretty good chance of doing well, possibly getting a win or a solid podium here. So I can't be upset with a P2. It was a good race.
Absolutely. You and Kerry Tribune will actually walk away from this race with playoff points, you being in the 13th position in those regular season standings. I know things are going to get a little bit more serious next week. How do you feel after this race heading into the last 4 races of the season?
I'm pretty confident. I think we got Las Vegas next, and then we got Indy Road. I ran pretty well at the Roval, and I don't care for the Roval so much as a road course. I didn't finish great, but I think if I can put together a good finish at the next 2 races, and then I'm not sure what's after that, but just kind of keep on rolling, some good momentum going into the playoffs here.
Absolutely. And I think the most important question before we let you go here tonight, Lance, did you have fun, and who sponsors have helped you along the way up until this point, and who sponsors, or who would you like to shout out that maybe tuned into this all-star race here tonight?
Oh, I gotta shout out all the guys at 979 Racing. They're all great to race with. I always enjoy talking to them pre-race and getting advice at certain tracks that I'm not necessarily the most confident at. Like some of the mile and a halves. I'm like Auto Club or sorry, not Miami. I wasn't super confident with, and Donnie gave me some tips. So I mean, I all those guys are amazing to race with, and I really enjoy being on their team. And then obviously the Miller High Life sponsor, love having that on the truck.
Absolutely. The champagne of beers, as we're talking with the driver of the number 21 machine, Lance Miller. We appreciate you taking the time with us here, my man. I hope you had some fun at Eldora, getting it around in the dirt. You're going to walk away with some playoff points. You got 4 races left to make sure you put that 21 machine in those playoff races. But we appreciate it, my man. Have a great rest of your week. And we're excited to see you next Monday night.
Thank you guys. See you next Monday.
That was the driver of the 21 machine, the Miller High Life, Lance Miller there, Wesley. But I know you were catching up with a very excited driver here tonight. He is celebrating at Eldora. He gets that butt kicker prize as well. Take it away as you're standing by with Blake Lothian.
Certainly am, and the Wellesley, Massachusetts driver will pick up the win in the All-Star race for the first time with the NASRA Eldora Sim Race Hub Truck Series non-points event. Blake Lothian, what's going through your mind? I know we grabbed a word during a plethora of serve pro cautions of the 14 to choose from leading into the overtime finish, but you did say, hey man, this is one that I know it's non-points, but it would mean a lot to me to get this thing done. Your strategy of surviving and being out of trouble, I think being up in the front was the right thing to be.
Oh, 100%. And once we went green, I started hitting the bottom immediately, just trying to get to the front, because then the only place to be safe is all the way up front. Even then, I didn't feel safe once we caught up to some of the wrecked cars under yellow, but I felt like, being up front was the safest option, and I tried to stay up there all night.
A really, really good drive for you, man. It seemed like your truck just really worked well from the practice run you had to the qualifying, and you really just knew you needed to stay up in the front, and as long as you didn't get mired and in the back or traffic, you seem like your truck, you might be the only truck without any damage on the track tonight, I believe.
Oh, no. There was one restart early in the race. Oh, my goodness. I thought I ended my race right there. Turn 1, that little wall that jets out, I was trying to get down to the apron, like all the way down the bottom. Clipped that thing so hard, I thought I tore off the left front. I thought I was done right there. Somehow, practically no damage, so I think there's still at least a scuff mark down there.
Well, it is a special event, just like when we enshrine the champions. We have the president of the North American Sim Racing Association, which, by the way, is celebrating their 4th year in existence this 2023 summer season. Brady LaBeouf, you would like to say some words to the All-Star race winner here, Blake Lothian, sir.
Oh, absolutely. Congratulations, Blake, on being our, well, for this series, it's only our 2nd annual All-Star for the Sim Racer Hub series. So congratulations to Blake. He will be locked in for future All-Star races to come. So next season, he'll be locked into it, whether he's a full-time or part-time driver. So congratulations to him for that. And he's won some cash tonight and a butt kicker. So congratulations, Blake.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Brady.
Your butt's going to be vibrating on them iRacing from now on, brother. I'm saying that in a professional term, in no way taken wrong by the liberals. Brady, I do got to say this, though. You did tell me during the timeout, one and done. We won't be back on the All-Star race at Eldora again, though.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they signed up for asphalt. We wanted to make it just a fun race tonight. It's a long, grueling season. This week, a lot of guys opted to take off. It's non-points race. There's no drop races this season, so it's even more, demanding of everybody. So No worries to everybody that didn't show up. I mean, I can't really say that I blame them, but you know, it's just about having fun tonight. We're not documenting all the penalties and all that. It was just a fun race, get everybody out here. And to be honest, we kind of needed that, you know, to kind of let some steam off, not worry about, you know, the pressure, you know, because we only have 4 weeks into the playoffs. So just come out here and have fun. And I think I definitely accomplished that goal. But we're not dirt racers. We will definitely be on an asphalt track for the All Star next season.
Hey, I got an idea in closing, Brady. What about the All-Star third annual All-Star race at the Coliseum?
Possibly. I'll think
Irwindale.
about it. I'll think about it.
Irwindale.
Yeah, Irwindale. There you go.
Well,
There you go.
there have been some hints of flags. There's some other short tracks that people have brought up.
Oh, there you go.
So, the way we make the schedule is I don't make it by myself. I let the board of directors, the executives, and the appeals panel, everybody picks a race, and so we'll kind of lay it all out from the races they pick. I think Twin Ring is a new one that's kind of been brought up, so
Twin
you
Ring
might see that
Motegi.
one. Yeah, so you might see that one on the schedule next
There
season.
you go.
So,
A lot of people.
uh,
A lot of
well,
people
but-
might not know that track, but that was very early back in the 90s on the NASCAR circuit for NASCAR Suzuka Speedway Thunder.
Yeah, so look for that schedule to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. We usually announce it right before the playoffs, so should see some interesting tracks on it as well.
Brady, one question. Is there by chance a street race?
You'll just have to wait in 3 weeks whenever the schedule comes out.
Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
Blake, congratulations, though, man. Thank your sponsors. Always great grabbing a word with you. We'll see what happens in the playoffs here. It's coming up soon.
Yes. Yes, thank you. I got to thank the Texas Law Book, Sergeant Mike's on the truck, Post ABC Kids, Rootley. I'll be at IRP this weekend with Rayon Brothers Racing, just watching, but gonna be glad to be supporting Rayon Brothers Racing this weekend in Indianapolis. So looking forward to that. If anyone's around there, say hello.
All right, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Blake Lothian. Hey, now, you're an all-star of Nazareth. Cue it
The
up
bottom
there.
feeder.
What'd you say, bottom feeder?
The bottom feeder. I was running on the apron for most of the race.
Hell, it's over and done with, and you survived it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is, again, Blake Lothian. And, again, check him out at a race near you whenever he's available to be at a track in your area. Always great personality. Always great catching up with him. All-star winner here at Eldora. Thanks to DSR Electric. William Tiller, your final take of this all-star night. One and done, at least on the dirt at Eldora for Nazareth. Never again, but we'll have a third annual all-star race. We just don't know where it will be for Nazareth next year.
Oh, absolutely. And I think tonight was just a lot of fun. It was fun for us up here in the broadcast booth. It was fun for the drivers. You saw beating and banging. You saw damaged trucks all over the place. You saw really guys that dominate on asphalt have a tough time. You just heard it from the boss man himself, Brady LaBeouf. They're not dirt track racers per se. But here tonight, though, my hat does go off to Blake Lothian. And we talk about the power rankings here at Nazareth. I know this is a non-points event. But you got to see that name starting to creep up the board from his performances at Dover, from his performances at New Hampshire, and now winning this all-star race. He might not be in the playoffs here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series, but watch out for him, though, in that Friday night series. That 43 truck, I don't think I've seen the last of Victory Lane this year.
By the way, in closing, want to let everyone know you better get signed up now for one of those special events that are coming up for the Nazareth Tuesday Night Special Race Series. That will be on September the 12th. Now, September the 12th is obviously the Daytona 250 All-Star Race. Now, in addition to that, obviously, the Nazareth 360 Racing Network will have coverage beginning on Tuesday, August the 22nd with qualifying. The 29th is dual race number 1. September 5th is dual race number 2. And William Tiller, Tuesday night, September 12th. It will be the official lock-in of the 43 drivers through the preliminaries that will battle it out in the Nazareth 250 at Daytona. It will be with the NASCAR Craftsman truck models of the Ford F-150s, the Toyota Tundras, and the Chevrolet Silverados. Should be an exciting one. One of those new Tuesday night NASRA specials. Got to get the word out about that.
Absolutely. And, we're looking past this all-star race with our former colleague Tyler Dittmer is going to lead the points heading into those last four races of the season. Joey Stires is second, Adam Newton third, Sean Hamilton fourth, Hunter Parsons fifth. Hunter Parsons just broke some big news here, taking a job with Joe Gibbs Racing as an official rapper for that team. And I'm just very excited for the last four races of this season here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. It's been a long, grueling season, as Brady mentioned, but anything can happen in those playoff races. But we got four more races to go, Wesley. I don't think we've seen the last of these fireworks.
That's exactly right. We'll keep an eye on all of that and more going on throughout the continuation of the Monday night season in season number 2. Can Adam Newbert rebound? By the way, I was surprised he wasn't here tonight. I know there was an invite giving him the opportunity to be there, but I guess he didn't show up. But again, mad props to him being the inaugural season champion. But to all these drivers, now it is back to focus for less than a month away to the run for the playoffs. It's next weekend at Las Vegas, Lucas Oil Speedway, the short track on deck around the mile. Of course, there, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park and Daytona International Speedway. The playoff are right there after those final four races. And again, William, in closing, that wild card. I'm going to be honest here in closing. Vegas, Lucas Oil, Canadian Tire, Daytona, they could all be wild cards because they're all different racetracks and configurations. And if somebody has a bad night, it can really change who goes into the playoffs or not.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see who makes it in. We saw Cody Knott be the last driver in last year, advanced all the way down to the round of 8 where he got eliminated by just a few points. We saw other guys in other series here at NASRA miss out on playoff or championship events by 1 point, even though they were regular season champions. That's Joey Doucette in that 16. So really anything can happen, but you got to make sure you lock in your spot.
Certainly have to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of William Tiller, this is Wesley Outland. Want to say thank you so much to everybody that makes it happen with the North American Sim Racing Association, abbreviated NASRA, with TJ Moore, the race director, Cody Knott, and Brady LaBeouf, the presidents and operators of the series. Of course, the Sim Racer Hub Truck Series Monday night, the Tuesday night specials, again, Daytona on September the 12th, preliminaries weeks before, and then, of course, the NASRA Premier Series Friday night, the NASRA Cups Racing Series on Friday. Don't forget the podcast on Thursday. All details on NASRA Racing social media, NASRARacing.com. Thanks to ServPro, Glass Mechanics, Sim Racer Hub, DSR Electric, and by the way, Butt Kicker, giving a brand new one to the All-Star Race winner of Wellesley, Mass, Blake Lothian. Follow NASRA Racing on social media, available on Facebook, Twitter, now known as X. YouTube will have replays of all of these broadcasts, and of course, so much more. On behalf of everybody at NASRA, again, this is big thanks to Adam Flieger on the production. Be good to one another. For William Tiller, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations again in closing. Blake Lothian, winner, one and done on the dirt at Eldora. We'll see you next week in the final 4 races to the playoffs at Las Vegas.